In today's episode, quite the celebration. Ukraine shoots down plane of Wagner PMC leader Prigozhin on Independence Day. The Kremlin's vain hopes Ukraine will receive F-16 fighters after the end of the war. The police in England have lost their pride and are trying to find it at the LGBTQ parade. Kremlin propagandists are focused on the issues of sexual minorities. Our analytical team at Detector Media is on constant watch tracking the spread of the boldest fakes from Kremlin propaganda. I'm Vadym Miskyi, and for the next 10 minutes I'll guide you through the key facts. Let's get started. Ukraine killed Prigozhin. On Independence Day, Kyiv supposedly shot down a plane with the leader of the Wagner PMC. This is a fake made up by Kremlin propaganda.
И не случайно Владимир Владимирович, встречаясь с Пушилиным, отметил же, эту тему, что вот важные государственные задачи. В первую очередь, гибель Пригожина необходима тем колониальным странам, которые страшно боятся активности Вагнера в Африке. Это в первую очередь выгодно им. Если они для этого наняли, подготовили украинцев или не украинцев, или сделали сами, это вопрос второй.
I don't know for a fact what happened, but I'm not surprised.
Do you believe?
There's not much that happens when Russia is not behind, but I don't know enough to know the answer. I've been working out for the last hour and a half.
The American and British military departments still leave a narrow margin of doubt about the death of the leader of the Russian terrorist group Wagner.
So a couple things. I know there's a lot of interest in this topic. I'll say right up front, first of all, our initial assessment is that it's likely Prigozhin was killed. We're continuing to assess the situation. We don't have any information to indicate right now. The press reporting stating that there was some type of surface-to-air missile that took down the plane. We assess that information to be inaccurate. Again, nothing to indicate, no information to suggest that there was a surface-to-air missile. But beyond that, I'm really just not going to have any further information.
Our intelligence suggests that Prigozhin was most likely on the plane. We're obviously monitoring the situation very closely, working with our allies to establish what happened. But the most important thing here is for Putin to end his illegal invasion of Ukraine, which is causing untold suffering to people. And we will continue to stand with Ukraine, support them so that they can resist that aggression from Russia.
In turn, the American Institute for the Study of War reported that Putin almost certainly ordered the Russian military command to shoot down Prigozhin's plane. This could have been the Russian president's way of taking revenge on the leader of the Wagner terrorist group for the attempted rebellion. As you may remember, on August 23, a business jet owned by Yevgeny Prigozhin crashed in the Russian Tver region. All 10 people on board were killed. According to Mikhailo Podolyak, an advisor to the head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, Prigozhin was punished by the Russian dictator for the rebellion that PMC members staged in Russia in late June. Putin called Prigozhin's mutiny a treason. Ukraine will receive F-16 fighter jets after the war is over. This fake has been promoted by Kremlin propagandists. The authors refer to a material published on the Dutch website Heinz Tales. This is a fake.
Мне кажется, это все из области циркового искусства, продажи номера в цирке, понимаете? Просто я смотрю, можно сказать, смотрю, да, своими глазами, своей шкурой, как поставки видов вооружения, которые действительно могли бы дать какой-то существенный перелом и помочь ВСУ, как они размазаны во времени, пространстве и в количестве.
The case was investigated by fact-checkers from the Stop Fake project. The political leadership of the Netherlands has repeatedly stated that Ukraine will receive F-16s after training Ukrainian pilots, establishing logistics processes and building infrastructure. According to the Dutch Minister of Defense, the training of Ukrainian soldiers will last from 6 to 8 months.
Усі домовленості, які ми привезли додому від наших партнерів, вже почали реалізовувати. Передусім літаки F-16, завдання очевидні. Міжнародники – це максимальне розширення тренувальних місій, військові максимальне прискорення підготовки інфраструктури, відправлення пілотів, інженерів, повне забезпечення готовності України. І всі разом максимальне наближення моменту, коли F-16 допоможуть нам тримати подалі російських терористів.
Звісно, коли збільшуються потужності саме повітряної складової, це додає нам впевненості, що вони дуже швидко наблизять довгоочікувану перемогу. Тож розвиток авіаційного парку повітряних сил Збройних сил України за рахунок F-16 чи може інших літальних апаратів – це наближення нас і скорочення шляху до перемоги.
I would like to add that the presidents of Ukraine and the United States discussed the transfer of F-16s to Kyiv in a phone call. Volodymyr Zelensky and Joe Biden also talked about training Ukrainian pilots to fly the fighter jets. They also discussed speeding up the process of allowing other countries to transfer their jets to Ukraine. Kremlin propagandists are actively exploiting the issues related to sexual minorities. Here is one of the latest manipulations of the Russian media. Quote, "The police in England have lost their pride and they are trying to find it at the LGBTQ parade. This way, propagandists are unsuccessfully trying to discredit the parade participants and law enforcement officers at the same time." The propagandists are pushing the narrative that the Western LGBT invasion is dangerously close to Russia's borders. The Russians are supposedly forced to defend themselves. In particular, the full-scale invasion was supposed to be a means of protecting traditional values. Such messages are part of the Kremlin's disinformation campaign against the LGBTQ+ community to impose the idea that Russia is the last bastion protecting the family. Here is another Russian-made fake. Kremlin propagandists have circulated a story supposedly by the German news outlet Deutsche Welle, which tells about a Polish anti-Ukrainian campaign. The propagandists claim that Polish individuals are naming their Wi-Fi networks with derogatory terms targeting Ukrainians, thus demonstrating their negative attitude toward them. Indeed, no such story exists on Deutsche Welle. Russian propagandists are intentionally fabricating these fakes in a futile attempt to sow discord between the Polish and Ukrainian communities.
За нашим східним кордоном вже 1,5 року іде повномасштабна війна. Жахлива російська агресія на незалежну Україну принесла смерть, біль і страждання. Це війна, якій, на жаль, досі ми не бачимо завершення. Ми, поляки, з перших хвилин включилися у допомогу геройської України.
Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, Warsaw was provided Ukraine with more than 3 billion euros in military aid. This includes the supply of weapons, supplies, ammunition and military equipment. Ukraine deeply appreciates our Western partners who are bringing our victory closer. Stay tuned so that you never fall victim to Kremlin propaganda. Have a good day.